This week on Alan's Antics, Europe's open borders would close for 2 years under EU plans. Migrants' crisis set to bring end of Schengen's passport-free zone. Europe's border-free travel zone could be suspended for 2 years amid a warning from the French Prime Minister that mass immigration could kill the entire EU project, ripping up one of the EU's most sacred rules. The tumult triggered demands from Tory MPs for David Cameron to seize the moment and increase his own demands in Britain's EU referendum negotiations with Brussels. Have you ever heard of Boston brakes? Well, here's how to hack a car with your iPhone or an Android phone. For those of you who still refuse to entertain any Michael Hastings Boston brakes conspiracy theories, this latest story offers yet more proof that hacking a vehicle is not only possible, but it's relatively easy to do. Do you agree with us that there's nothing smart about this technology? So, all it's supposed to do is monitor when you accelerate, when you brake, when you steer. That's basically driving, and it can be easily hacked by somebody with a smartphone just by sending it a text message, applying your brakes without you even knowing, or even stopping them working altogether. European Empire, EU's new border force will override national sovereignty. The European Empire is getting ready to establish its military forces. The force would operate throughout the EU and have powers to intervene even when the host country does not consent. In Britain, when you become a member of the armed forces, you swear your allegiance to the crown. Who are you going to be swearing your allegiance to when you become a part of the EU army? The unelected commission? The unelected president? And are you going to turn your guns on your own people? Because one day, you may have to. Think about that. A couple of days ago, an image was brought to my attention from Facebook, and it's about asylum seekers' benefits and somebody complaining about the amount of money that asylum seekers and immigrants get from the UK government. People are trekking across Europe to get to Calais, to then get into Britain. And is it for the £36.95 per person per week, and somewhere to live, and the free NHS, and the free prescriptions, the free dental care, the free eyesight tests, and the help paying for glasses, the free school, and the free school meals? Should they really be doing all this in Turkey, in Greece, in Germany, in France, in Spain, or wherever their first point of entry into the next safest country from the one that they're having to leave due to the threat to their life or to the life of their family? What do you think? More and more countries are tightening up their borders and tightening up the restrictions on refugees. Danish MPs approved the seizing of valuables from refugees. The measures, which include extending the reunification time period after which family members outside can rejoin refugees in the country from 1 year to 3 years, were passed by an overwhelming majority. The bill, which allows the confiscation of refugees' cash exceeding 10,000 kroner or $1,450 US, has prompted comparisons to Nazi Germany, which confiscated the goods of Jews during World War II. The Northern European country has one of Europe's highest numbers of asylum seekers per capita and expects a further 25,000 to arrive this year. It seems that British steel isn't as strong as it used to be. The ultimate betrayal of Britain's steel as government plans to build Royal Navy ships with cheap imports. And as someone who was born and raised in the steel city of Sheffield, I can tell you the impact of the reduction of industry in that city has almost brought it to its knees. It's now simply a service sector city, where it was once a proud manufacturer of world-class products. Now, here's a short story from the Daily Mirror that you may have missed because it is so short and small, but it's incredibly important. Terror fears as Tories cut 200 police guarding Britain's nuclear power plants. Last year, George Osborne told the House of Commons, quote, "I am announcing there will be no cuts to the police budget at all. There will be real terms protection for police funding. The police protect us, and we're going to protect the police." Interesting that, because the non-nuclear civil constabulary got a 0% pay rise. I wonder how they're feeling about that. I wonder how they feel knowing that they're going to be getting less money this year than they have done ever before. How committed are they going to be to your safety and your protection and upholding common law and the Queen's peace? And also, don't forget, they are all now bound by targets. If you don't meet your targets, then it's a slap on the wrist, or even you may lose your job if you don't make enough arrests and if you don't meet your quota of convictions. That's right. Every police officer in this country has to meet a quota every week of offences reported. Nigel Farage, the PM, has cozied up with big mates from rich banks to stitch up the EU vote. David Cameron has spent this week at an exclusive summit between business leaders and politicians at the posh Davos ski resort in Switzerland. Delivering a keynote speech, Mr. Cameron pleaded with those business leaders attending the World Economic Forum to play a big role in supporting his campaign for Britain to remain in a reformed EU. Mr. Cameron's hopes of keeping Britain in a reformed EU suffered a blow as film legend Sir Michael Caine warned the Prime Minister he would have to win extremely significant changes in his EU reform bid. The Oscar-winning actor said he currently believes Britain should be out of the EU, while former Conservative leader Michael Howard claimed it was not looking very likely we're going to see a genuinely reformed EU, as he signalled he's also ready to back Brexit. Concern in Portugal over Chinese player quota. This just sounds like a football story, and I don't normally do sport, but there's a lot more to it. Portugal's second division clubs, this is football or soccer, are disturbed over plans to impose Chinese players on the league as part of a sponsorship deal with a Chinese company. Well, the Chinese are paying for our next nuclear power station, so why shouldn't the Portuguese take 10 of their players? Powerful Google tax opponent will urge UK to drop hostility to radical EU change. It seems that trying to be an independent nation is very, very, very wrong when it comes to tax and big companies. In 2011, Google increased its workforce in France by half and invested heavily in a new Paris head office near the Saint-Lazare train station amid public anger about its tax payments. One French senator accused the group of running its local business as a charity. I wonder if I can avoid paying any taxes by setting up a company in Ireland. I'd kiss the Blarney Stone to be sure. It seems that it is really a case of shoot first, ask questions later. A Minnesota cop has shot an unarmed biker just from muscle memory. Here's the audio from the YouTube video, and please be aware it does contain some offensive language.
Get your hands where I can feel. Oh, hands where I can see them. Hands where I can see them. Okay. Okay, stop. Put it in park. Okay. Here. Okay, I got you. I'm bleeding. Please help me. Yep, I got you. 96, start an ambulance.
Well, that was just a little snapshot of the week on Alan's Antics on RadioFreeUK.org. To hear the full recordings and a whole lot more, go to RadioFreeUK.org. And there'll be more next week. Take care and have a safe one.